Welcome in, folks, to the Front Range League Network and KNEB. I'm Bob Parsons. I'm joined by my incredible partner for tonight's matchup on this beautiful Friday night in Gering by Lucas Macklin. It's going to be the Pioneers and the Outlaws once again. And the Pioneers got roughed up a little bit in that last one. We're going to talk about that more here on the Platte Valley Investment Center pregame show. You're tuned into the home of the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Tonight's matchup is brought to you by Platte Valley Investment Center, your trusted hometown team for all your investment needs. And we're coming to you live from the Logos broadcast booth. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. And if you're the Pioneers, you're hoping to respond. If you're the Outlaws, you're hoping to stay hot after they took it home another Front Range League win, a big one at that, against the Morgan County Wranglers.
Yeah, it feels like this Outlaws team has really kind of put that slump behind them, at least so far. We'll see what they look like today. As you said, the Pioneers really need a win to try to get back into that win column. They were on a really, really good streak, but a couple of losses in a row. And like you said, the last one just got behind early and didn't really give themselves a chance to win it late.
And on the other side of things, the Outlaws are able to put that little bit of a slump here behind them at this point. But there were definitely some points in yesterday's game where you're going to look back on and want to try and learn from it. It was looking like they were going to be able to take that game home in 7 innings. Instead, we end up playing the full 9 because of the free passes that were elicited, especially in a scenario where you have the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They had a lead and gave it away a little bit, but still able to get the win. And I think that's kind of the mantra of this team is that you're going to struggle at times, but they've been able to pull together, win some close games, win some big blowouts, and overall they've earned that top spot in the Front Range League.
And we're going to take a look at those standings as we push towards the playoffs here in Front Range League play. The Nebraska Outlaws, as Lucas said, are atop the division at 17 and 12. Behind them is the Morgan County Wranglers at 12 and 11, and down at the bottom trying to make a comeback here in a must-win game for them is the Western Nebraska Pioneers at 10 and 16.
Like you said, big game, need to get a big win, hopefully get a big performance from Peyton Markheim getting the start on the mound. It was Paxton who started the last game. Peyton starting this one. Pioneers facing a guy they faced a lot this year in Tommy Quintana.
Tommy Quintana is a guy that can eat innings for this Outlaws team, and that's going to be much needed here today. And he's going to try and find some success that he has not necessarily had at times this year, but in his last appearance, it was just his defense that really let him down. Pitching 5 innings, and only just a couple of those runs were earned.
And in that game, I have it scored at least. He allowed 4 runs, just 1 earned in 4 innings. But this Pioneers team has been against seen them a lot. They've been able to hit them well. We'll see if they can try to jump out in front early.
And we're going to get those lineups to you on the other side of this break here on the Platte Valley Investment Center pregame show. You are tuned in to the Front Range League Network and KNEB. Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network and KDB. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my stupendous partner in Lucas Macklin, and we are going to get those starting lineups to you today. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the University of Nebraska Medical Center College of Nursing. UNMC is preparing the next generation of nurses with hands-on training, expert faculty, and real-world experience, all close to home. If you're ready to make a difference in your community and start a rewarding career in healthcare, discover your future with the UNMC College of Nursing in Scottsbluff. For more information, contact Megan Graham at 308-632-2024. And first, for those visiting Western Nebraska Pioneers, leading off and playing second base, it's going to be Carter Simmons. Hitting second and playing left field, it's going to be Rivers Freckleton. DHing and hitting third tonight is going to be Cole Roth. Hitting cleanup, the front runner for the Front Range League MVP, Jacob Solis, out there in center field, hitting fifth and playing right field. It's going to be Jordan Fitzpatrick. Playing shortstop, it's going to be Paxton Markheim. Deshaun Harvey will be at first base and hitting seventh. Hitting eighth and playing first base, it's going to be Michael Fisher. Down in the squat. And rounding out this order is going to be Ray Zamaripa. I think I have a little bit of a typo here on.
Yeah, Fisher would be playing third base.
Fisher will be at third base.
It's going to be interesting. Top of this lineup here, Simmons and Solis both hitting the ball really, really well. Freckleton has started this season really hot, and Cole Roth, again, the D1 commit to Cal State Bakersfield, batting in that 3-hole. Those four could be the difference in this game for the Pioneers. If those guys are on, it's going to be a tough offense to stop, and we'll see what they look like in this one.
It's going to be a battle at the top of the lineups here. Also for the home Nebraska Outlaws, leading off as always in playing right field, it's going to be Braden Basie. Hitting two and swinging a red-hot bat is Tegan Maloney, who's out there in center. Hitting third and DHing tonight is going to be Xander Martinez. Hitting fourth and playing first base is going to be Christian McKernan. Hitting fifth out of the Big Island, it's going to be Kingston Lee at third base. Hitting sixth and playing left field, it's going to be Seth Onnested. Hitting seventh and playing second base, it's going to be the Gering native of Isaiah Murillo. Hitting eighth down in the squat, it's going to be Grayson Matlock. And rounding out this lineup and playing shortstop, it's going to be Gideon Leslie.
Yeah, last time this Pioneers team saw Tegan Maloney hit for the cycle, had 2 more hits last night, reached 5 times against those Wranglers. He has been a big-time bat in the middle of this lineup. 23 RBIs, he scored 23 runs and has the team lead with 4 home runs.
And dating back those last 4 games, Tegan Maloney has reached 14 of his last 17 plate appearances, which is quite impressive if you ask me.
It is very impressive for a guy who didn't hit a single time in college this last year.
Playing down in Southern California at Claremont McKenna. We're going to be right back on the other side with the opening pitch to this one here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network. And let's get you tuned into some Front Range League baseball, folks, here on the Front Range League Network and KNEB. As always, our opening pitch is brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. It's going to be Tommy Quintana on the bump tonight for the Outlaws, and he's hoping to get a lot of innings out of this depleted bullpen, having played each of the last 2 days, and they're going to have to play again tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, it's really they're going to ask of him to try to at least, get through 4 or 5, maybe even 6 innings if he can. We'll see what he can do against this Pioneers team. Again, if you're the Pioneers, you got to try to strike early and often and get into that bullpen if you want a shot at winning today.
And it's going to be really early. The key to this one, it's getting that 1, 2, 3 as much as you can today in front of Solis, who has been swinging a red-hot bat, to say the very least.
Yeah, last game was the first time he had been retired. Only had 2 plate appearances in the last game, a game that went, if I remember correctly, only 5 innings. So didn't get a hit in that one, trying to kind of bounce back here. But as you said, been swinging an absolute red-hot bat. Had 4 home runs in 3 games before that one. And you want to put on as many base runners as possible for him.
And unfortunately for Tommy Quintana tonight, the wind is blowing out to left field as of right now. So it should be interesting to see how much the ball is flying tonight. Last night, that wind was knocking down the ball at Eddie Underwood Field. It's going to be a little bit of a different story here tonight, here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. Quintana's going to need to work on nibbling at the zone. That's really when he's been successful, and keeping hitters off balance is when he starts to have success and he's able to start collecting those strikeouts.
Yeah, he wants to try to miss barrels, try to keep these batters off stride. When he's been successful, that's kind of the route he's been going, and we'll see what he has today.
And Carter Simmons will be digging into that right-handed batter's box here for head coach Eric Toller. This first inning is going to tell us a lot about how this is going to go. Quintana, typically he tends to struggle early if he's going to struggle, and he'll eventually adjust and start to go on cruise control as that first pitch is skied out by second base. Murillo is calling off McKernan. Looks like that one just started trailing away from him towards first base.
And that's what you want to see, quick, efficient outs, and you can't get any more efficient than a one-out pop or a one pitch pop-up.
Should be interesting to see how Rivers Freckleton is going to handle this at bat then. He's typically pretty aggressive at the plate so far this summer. He's been successful, though. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. Freckleton out of Toronto, Canada. The 0-1 lands for strike 2. Tommy Quintana out of Fresno, California, and Coalinga College. One of those many Coalinga athletes in this Front Range League. The 0-2 to Freckleton. Swung on and missed, and Quintana's got the put-away pitch working early here.
And he got an outside call there on strike 2, put Freckleton behind. Couldn't make contact, and a couple of quick, efficient outs for Quintana.
It's going to bring in the young catcher of Cole Roth, who's heading to Cal State Bakersfield next year. Just recently graduated high school. The first pitch to him is taken for strike 1. This is going to be a big third out here if Quintana can get it. The 0-1 taken high for the first ball of the game from Quintana.
He's been very accurate, and pitches that have missed haven't missed by much, and he's been able to get swings on those pitches.
The 1-1. Swung on and struck out behind second base. Murillo's got it once again for out number 3, and they avoid Solis here in the first. We will head to the bottom of the first inning here on the Front Range League Network and KNEB.
Just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless.
Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network and KNEB. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my spectacular broadcasting partner in Lucas Macklin. We'd like to thank one of our spectacular partners as well in Wells Fargo. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal and financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 308-632-7561. Together, we'll go far. It's going to be Peyton Markheim on the bump here for the Pioneers, and he's going to be facing this highly potent offense of the Outlaws.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it in that last game. This is going to kind of determine how this start's going to go. If you're able to get some quick outs like we saw Quinton do at the top of this lineup, it really sets you up for what can be a really good game. But if you struggle like we saw in the last game between these two teams, it puts you behind early. Those runs end up coming in to score, and they put up crooked numbers and get out in front and lead early and never give it up.
Yeah, 4 runs in that last first inning, the last time these two played. It's not going to be any easier task here today, as Basie, Maloney, and Martinez are all swinging a good bat here for the Outlaws, and that's who he's going to be facing today, and he's really going to want to try and be in the zone as much as possible and avoid those free passes.
Yeah, the last time Peyton pitched, struggled with the walks back in that June 27th game. He actually pitched in July 11th against these Outlaws as well, went 2 innings, allowed just 1 earned run at that time. Like I said, when he's able to stay in the zone, he can be a very good pitcher on the mound.
First pitch to Basie, and it hits him. That's the 4th time he's been hit in the last 2 games. And make that 20 on the summer.
And as you were saying, you want to avoid those free passes. Same thing happened in the last game between these two teams. Basie led off the game with the first pitch hit by pitch.
Brings in about the hottest bat in this game, except for the one out in center, and Tegan Maloney. As we mentioned prior, he's reached 14 of his last 17 plate appearances in those last 4 games. First pitch misses for ball 1. Big 4-hole on that right side for Tegan Maloney. As he takes for strike 1, count will even. And that is the 11th hit by pitch in just 11 2/3 innings for Markheim. Swing and a miss by Maloney, and he's down 1-2 here against Markheim.
Talked about it with his brother. Paxton has a sidewinder type of pitch, and it sometimes just misses it arm side. And against those right-handed batters, he does run it in, hits his fair share.
Pitch taken low for ball 2, and that's always tough when you're facing a hot bat and you don't get a borderline call.
Yeah, you wanted that one down around the knees.
The 2-2 to Maloney. Taken for strike 3, and they're able to retire the hot bat for out number 1.
He's working around the knees so far in this start. Obviously, it's still very early, but he's been in the zone so far outside of that one errant pitch to Basie. See what he has here with Martinez coming up.
And something of note in that at least first day at bat. Basie staying put at first base. Markheim able to be quick to the plate, and Zamaripa back there has had success at throwing runners out. And speaking of the devil, Basie takes off for second base, and he will have it stolen.
And as you were saying, the quick pitch of Markheim, if that throws on target, it would have been a very close play at second, but it's thrown high and Basie's in there easily.
A little bit of an announcer's jinx right there. Martinez now in an RBI situation. We've seen Basie take third this year. So that pitch misses away for ball two. Count goes to 2-0 here on the Modesto native.
And both those pitches missing wide. You got to wonder how that hit by pitch is playing in his head right now.
Senator Martinez was in the game to close it out last night before the lights went out. He had a 3-pitch strikeout, however. He's expected to pitch again today, though. So Markheim steps off and takes a look at Basie. The 2-0. Taken for strike one. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Outlaws looking to strike early once again here with Basie on second base. Martinez up at the plate. The 2-1 to him. Swung on and fouled off to the right side out of play. Count will even at 2-2.
Foul ball brought to you by Extreme Dance.
Senator Martinez hitting .356 with a .500 on base, 15 RBIs, 16 is out there at second. He's going to ground that one foul off to the left side. We'll do the 2-2 once again. Markheim sets. He's going to throw back to second base. Not in time. Basie dives back in safely. The 2-2 to Martinez, swung on a miss on a fastball up and out of the zone. Great pitch there for Markheim for out number 2 and the second strikeout of his start today.
And now you got to get this big last out. Whenever the Outlaws have really dominated the Pioneers, it's been these 2-out rallies, these 2-out runs. Got a chance to match that scoreless frame from Quintana here if you can get a big out of McKernan.
Basie's going to take off for third as that ball is well struck out into left field. Moving back on it is Freckleton. He will haul it in, running into the wall for out number 3. Great grab out there in left by Rivers Freckleton to retire the side here without a score. It's 0-0 on that West Coast scoreboard here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
Just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be F-E-A-R-L-E-S-S.
Yeah, it is a bit shocking. Both both these teams have really seen both these pitchers pretty well, but both these teams go scoreless. It's good to see that from the pitching. You like to see these kind of pitching games. We'll see how Quintana keeps going. He's got a big bat to get out here to start off this second inning.
And it's Jacob Solis, the front runner in that Front Range League MVP voting, as he's going to knock that one off the glove of Kingston Lee and into left field. He's going to try for second base. Leslie can't get his foot planted, so Solis will have a hustle double. And Kingston Lee, a little bit of bad luck there, knocks off the glove as he lays out for that one.
Yeah, Lee almost made a fantastic play over at third. It bounced off his glove, and Solis being aggressive, putting himself in scoring position. Would have been a close play if Leslie fielded it cleanly, but instead Solis stands at second.
And Fitzpatrick squares the bunt, sends it back for strike one. A little bit surprising to see that here. Fitzpatrick, one of the better bats in this lineup. And runs aren't typically a premium in these matchups. The 0-1 swung on, hit over to Lee at third. He's able to hold Solis. Throw to first is in time. Solis is able to get into third. So Solis showing off the smart base running so far in this inning.
And it was a very close play at first. Good for Kingston Lee, knowing his arm strength, knowing what kind of time he has. But Solis was very aggressive and didn't even get a throw back to third.
There's one out here with the runner on third base. It is Paxton Markheim, the older brother of our starter tonight. First pitch misses high for ball one.
And a big opportunity here. You really want to give yourself this early lead if you can, and at this point you just got to find a way to put this ball in play.
The 1-0. Swung on, hit in play over to Leslie at short. He bobbles it. The throw over to first gets over the head of McKernan. McKernan's able to go and grab it for a Paxton Markheim RBI ground out. But he's able to reach on the air. I believe technically that run is unearned, making it not an RBI. First pitch lands for strike one. Gotta imagine that's a little bit upsetting for Markheim, though. He did exactly what he needed to do. It was not a reward with the stat necessarily. The scoreboard does read 1-0. Pioneers lead on that West Coast scoreboard as Harvey sends that one in the air over Murillo for out number 2. And Murillo's been busy over there at second base so far today.
That's 3 of them that's been popped up to him.
Our hometown hero promo has concluded.
Quintana's going to check on Markheim over at first. Dives back in safely. It's going to bring in Michael Fisher. Hitting from the left side, the switch hitter. Markheim will take off. The throw down by Matlock will not be in time. Quintana's going to have to work with another runner in scoring position here. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Pioneers already have 1 in. The pitch to Fisher misses up for ball 2. This Pioneers offense has done a good job to put pressure on Quintana in this inning. So that pitch is swung and missed for strike 1.
And again, we've seen them be very aggressive in this game. This is the longest AB in the inning. The last 3 batters all swung at the second pitch, while Solis swung at the first pitch.
And if you're Quintana able to get out of this inning, this will be an efficient inning to some stretch. You're just going to need your offense to back you up as that one misses high for ball 3. The count will go to 3-1. 3-1 misses away for ball 4. First free pass elicited by Tommy Quintana. And then there'll be runners at first and second here with 2 outs. And it's going to be the catcher, Ray Zamaripa.
Obviously, you got that run in, but you'd love to try to add some more here. This is a big AB early in this game. Got a couple of runners on, got that free pass, and got a chance to really put your stake in this game early.
Next up, catcher number 2, Ray Zamaripa.
Ray's trying to turn this batting order over here. Trying to give the Outlaws a little bit of a taste of their own medicine here with 2 outs. First pitch taken low and away for ball 1. The 1-0 misses again. It's now 2-0 for back-to-back batters here against Tommy Quintana.
There's a little bit of a loss of command so far these last couple of batters.
The 2-0 taken for strike 1. Runners at first and second, 2 outs here. The 2-1 taken low for ball 3. And after just throwing 1 ball in that first inning, it's back-to-back 3-ball counts here from Quintana.
And you got to find a way to get this guy out in 9-hole because you got a dangerous top of the lineup looming.
The 3-1 lands on the outer half, and that's going to run the count full here with 2 outs, and the runners will get a head start. If you didn't think Markheim was going to be able to score before, if a ball finds outfield grass, he definitely will be able to now. The payoff from Quintana. Misses low for ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks here with 2 outs from Tommy Quintana. That's going to bring up Carter Simmons with the bases loaded now.
Simmons was one of the few guys in that last game that was hitting C. Prasad pretty well. Did get that 9-3 put out, but hit it into the outfield, and the second time he did get a single. A game in which the Pioneers had just 3 hits, one of them being that high pop-up from Zamaripa.
Quintana trying to work out of this jam here with 2 outs. Moody has replaced Zamaripa at first as that ball is well struck out into left field. Seth Onstead moving back to the track, to the wall, and that is a grand salami for Carter Simmons. And the Pioneers have blown this one open here early. 5 runs in the top half of the second inning.
And right there's the mistake that this top of the lineup was waiting for. And you really look back at it, had 2 outs and then back-to-back walks to the bottom of the lineup, flips the lineup card over, and Simmons made him pay for it.
Quintana still needs to get out of this nightmare top of the second. 2 outs in the inning, but now he's got to face the meat of the order in Rivers Freckleton. So that one is fouled off to the left side for strike 1. That pitch just got too much of the zone.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying to get ahead of the zone after back-to-back walks, and Simmons, who swung at the first pitch he saw the first time up, made an adjustment, and as you said, just left too much over the heart of the plate, and he turned on it and sent it over that left field fence.
The 0-1 to Freckleton is fouled back for strike 2. If there's anybody in this lineup Tommy Quintana's had the number of so far, it's been Rivers Freckleton. Struck him out on 3 pitches his last time up. He's down 0-2 here. The 0-2. Swung on, hit well out into left field. Seth Onstead moving back to the track, to the wall, and that one is out of here. Rivers Freckleton and Carter Simmons go back-to-back off of Tommy Quintana here in the top half of the second inning, and it's a 6-run inning.
I mean, just an 0-2 pitch that he left middle again. I mean, that just can't happen in an 0-2 count. Freckleton's been hitting the ball well, and he made him pay on that one. Talked about adjustments. He made his adjustment as well after striking out the first time, and again, sent it out basically in the same way Simmons sent it out last time.
And like we said, that wind is blowing out to left field. Two balls that have cleared that left field fence pretty easily here. First pitch to Roth is taken low and away for ball one. He's the last hitter to hit here in the top half of the second. Solis, who led off the inning with that hustle double, is on deck. Pitch misses up and away for ball two. And now if you're Tommy Quintana, you can't fall into the trap of trying to nibble too much and you end up walking guys, because that's how you got into yourself into this mess in the first place.
I'm surprised we haven't had a visit from AC, at least just to slow him down a little bit.
So that pitch is swung on a miss for strike one. Two one is swung on a miss for strike two. We've seen the Outlaws come back this summer already, but they have a tall task in front of them now with 6 runs put up in this top half of the second inning. The 2-2 swung on, grounded foul off to the left side. If you're Quintana, you just got to find a way to get out of this inning, especially before facing Solis for a second time. The 2-2 swung on, popped up. Right side in foul territory. Matlock's under it for out number 3. But not before the Pioneers strike with 6, highlighted by back-to-back home runs by Simmons and Freckleton. Simmons cleared the bases with a grand slam. It's 6-0 on that West Coast scoreboard. Pioneers lead the Outlaws here on KDB and the Front Range League Network.
I did it all, I played pretend, I moved the mountains to be your friend. I wanna know if it mattered. I would have gone to war for you, I would have bent the earth in two just to get to our ever after. Something about this has changed, I wanna feel you close again. Don't let go, no I don't want this to end. Whoa. Remember the start when you're breaking my heart again, like blood on a pen. Would it matter then when everything starts to fade? I'm back like it's yesterday. Would it almost end? Would it matter then?
Welcome back in, folks, and Peyton Markheim's got a lead to work with now as the Pioneers lead the Outlaws 6-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Yeah, he's got a big lead out there. You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal if you're Markheim. You had a great first inning, couple of strikeouts, allowed just one base runner on the hit by pitch of Basie. Got a great play from Freckleton in the outfield, who also turned that into a home run on the other side. You want to allow your defense to do its job and keep setting down these Outlaws hitters.
First pitch to Kingston Lee is swung on and fouled back to the right side for strike one. If you're Markheim, you want to try and live in the zone as much as possible. The free pass is what's going to allow these Outlaws to get back into this game. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike two. And it's seemingly so far that those Pioneers took that drumming back on earlier this week personally. So that pitch misses away for ball one.
It's good to see their response from them. Again, it was a game that they had just 3 hits in, and they had 4 base runners overall in the game. Just felt a little bit lifeless on the offensive end while they turned it around here, getting some big hits.
The 1-2 misses up and in for ball 2. Count will even.
Had his put away pitch working in the first inning. See if he can find a big pitch here against Lee.
The 2-2 misses in again for ball 3. The count will go full. Again, you don't want to let these Outlaws creep back in. They're prone to crooked numbers. Payoff is fouled back. We'll do it once again. It'll be interesting to see what this bottom of the order can do for the Outlaws. We've seen that top of the order do what they can do. Well, they were unsuccessful last inning. It's going to be the bottom of the order that's going to be their key to success if they want to come back as Lee swings through that one for strike 3.
Another big pitch there from Markheim. Got his 3rd strikeout of the game. He's looking really sharp right now. He's got to keep that form.
3 strikeouts already in just an inning and a third. It's going to bring in Seth Onnested out of Mountain Center, California, outside of Los Angeles. Another one of those Coalinga College athletes playing for TC Fairfield, the head coach of the Morgan County Wranglers. First pitch to Onnested is swung on, fouled off to the right side out of play for strike 1. If you're the Outlaws, you just need to show a little bit of life here. You still got a lot of baseball left to play. The 0-1 is fouled back once again. It's 0-2 early here on Onnested.
Another 2 strike count for Markheim. Already 3 strikeouts in this game, looking for his 4th in just 5 outs.
Go to, and they say he did for strike 3, and it's 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3.
He's had some pretty good strikeout stuff this year. Entered this game with 14 and 11 and 2/3. The big problem for him is we were talking about with the free passes. Well, right now he's just given up 1 with that hit batter to begin the game.
He has looked excellent since then. The first pitch to Murillo misses in for ball 1.
I also think that term you like to use, effectively wild, kind of works for him since he's a guy that does miss arm side to these right-handed hitters.
That'll keep you off balance for sure. Unless you're like Basie and you're willing to wear a pitch. It's 2-0 here early on Murillo, the Gering native. 2-0 lands for strike 1. If you're the Outlaws, you just got to try and flip a little bit of that momentum back the other way. Keep this Pioneers team on their toes. Don't let them get into cruise control. The 2-1. Lands for strike 2. Count will even. The 2-2. And it's raining strikeouts here on this sunny day for Peyton Markheim. He's got 5 through the first 2, all of them swinging here in this second inning. The Pioneers lead 6-0 here as we head to the 3rd inning here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network. And it's been all Pioneers so far here in the top of the third inning. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my spectacular partner in Lucas Macklin. Another one of our spectacular partners is Monument Physical Therapy. They understand that one size doesn't fit all. That's why they offer flexible treatment plans designed to fit any lifestyle. They have board-certified orthopedic specialists who bring creativity and expertise together. It's going to be Tommy Quintana trying to respond after that 6-run top of the second. And you got to have a lot of confidence right now if you are the Pioneers, especially the way that Markheim is pitching as well.
Yeah, and this is the second time through this lineup. The first two batters that faced him for the second time both went deep. And now you bring in Solis, who already has that hustle double in this one. As he tries to lead off the second inning in a row.
If you're Quintana, you got to try and not make those mistakes up and over the heart of the plate. And he does it again there, and that ball is driven well into left field, but foul. But right as I was saying that, he did just about the same thing. Solis just getting a little bit too out in front of it.
Yeah, he's, as you said, just a little bit out too far out in front. Got maybe a little bit too excited there. Pulled it just left of that foul pole down there near the 320 sign.
I can promise you as a hitter, your eyes light up when you see that fastball at the top of the zone over the heart of the plate. That is exactly the pitch you're looking to hit into a gap there. So at least just, like you said, getting a little excited, getting a little bit out in front of it. So at least thought he might have 7 on that last one. The 0-1 misses away for ball 1. Count will even at 1-1. The 1 run from Quintana is swung grounded foul off to the left side. Got one of the better hitters in this Front Range League right where you want him at 1 and 2.
Got another batter at 2 strikes. Had that a couple times in that last inning, including against Freckleton. And then, as we said, just left something over the heart of the plate. You've got to find a put-away pitch here, Solis.
Got to try and find something out of the zone. The 1-2. That one got too much of the zone, but again, it's foul. Again, it's same story here for Quintana. That one was hit a ways, but foul. Second time he's done that.
Right here, you've got to be able to throw something out of the zone because he's hitting everything inside the zone right now.
The 1-2. That one misses up for ball 2.
Solis can hurt you in every way, but he is very good on the inner part of the plate.
He's proven that he can get those hands inside already. The 2-2. It's a swinging bunt, a little too inside for him. The field by Matlock. The throw over to first is in time for out number 1. So they try to attack him in one of his biggest strengths. They're able to there.
I think he thought it was going to break into the zone, but that was a fastball that stayed inside. Somehow was able to make contact and keep that fair, but it is good enough for out number 1.
Brings in Jordan Fitzpatrick. So he pops that one up off to the left side. In foul territory, it's Gideon Leslie who brings it in. As looks like that one started coming back fair. But it is out number 2. Brings in Paxton Markheim, who reached and then scored on that Gideon Leslie air. First pitch to him misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Soron chopped. Over to Leslie once again. He fields it cleanly. The throw to first is going to get by McKernan. But Matlock's there to back it up, so Markheim once again will be on first base. feeling like that one feels a little bit more like an infield single than the last one.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to beat that one out. It is ruled a single. We all agree on that one. He's had a few infield singles this year when he's played. Gets another one there.
A little bit of a Baltimore chop there from Paxton Markheim. Brings in Sean Harvey. The first pitch to him is swung on and fouled back for strike one.
Right now, if you're the Pioneers, you want to keep adding on, try to extend these innings. You want to avoid as many quick innings as possible. Again, like we talked about earlier, get into that bullpen as quickly as possible.
So one to Harvey is going to skip away from Matlock. Markheim is going to get into second base. If you're the Pioneers, you want to try and maintain that foot on the gas here. You have the opportunity to do so with Markheim at second. The 1-1. Swan hit well out into center field. Maloney's over. He's under it for out number 3. That ball was struck on a line by Harvey, but right at Maloney for out number 3. Tommy Quintana puts up a scoreless frame here in the top half of the third inning. We'll head to the bottom half. The Pioneers lead 6-0 here on KNB in the Front Range League Network.
Another time around the block, I loved you around the clock. Break of dawn, might as well be midnight, talking on the dock. Everyone around us knows, they say we're soulmates and it shows. So I wanna see where this could go, this could go. Break the news to everyone, the long time wait is finally done. I wasn't playing around for fun. You could be the one. Remember the start when you break in my heart again, like blood on a pen. Would it matter then when everything starts to fade? Bend like it's yesterday. I want it all full send. Would it matter then? Would it matter?
Welcome back in, folks, and we'll see if Peyton Markheim can continue his success here against these Outlaws. He's got 5 punchies through 2 as the Pioneers lead 6-0 here. I'm joined by my remarkable partner in Lucas Macklin. I'm Bob Parsons, and you are tuned into Front Range League Baseball.
You've got 8-9-1. I mean, your goal here, we say it all the time when this happens, get Basie up with 2 outs, nobody on. Because if he has base runners on, he has been prone to knock them in, and he gets on at such a high rate. He's just another runner that could potentially get on and keep that train rolling.
Markheim misses arm side on that one for ball 1. Seen him do that a lot when he misses. The 1-0. Misses again arm side for ball 2. The 2-0. Soron hit over to first base. Harvey's Fields tosses to Markheim on to first, is in time for out number 1.
It was a little bit of a late break there for Harvey, or for Markheim, I should say, but just barely able to beat out Matlock over at first.
And it's going to be Gideon Leslie, who's back after missing yesterday's game due to an illness. Trying to flip this lineup card over here with 1 out. Markheim's trying to protect that 6-0 lead on that West Coast scoreboard. First pitch to Leslie is taken for strike 1. The 0-1 swung on and struck. Out behind Harvey at first. It's Simmons laying out and making the grab for out number 2. That had loop single written all over it until Carter Simmons came diving in.
He did a good job getting over there. A little bit of a late communication, but was able to avoid a collision with him and Harvey as well.
And Markheim has done exactly what he needed to do. 2 outs as this lineup card flips over. Basie is the only batter to reach so far that first time through the order. And it was on the first pitch where he was plunked. First pitch, swung on, grounded foul.
Did it in his favorite way. 20th time he's been hit this year. There's a lot of crazy stats on Basie's page, but I think one of the craziest one is just 11 strikeouts in 25 games. He is always either finding a way on base or he's putting the ball in play.
The 1 swung on, hit back up the middle, but gets a little bit too under it as Simmons is able to jog over and get under it for out number 3. So the Outlaws remain blanked by Markheim as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. Pioneers lead the Outlaws 6-0 here on KNB and the Front Range League Network.
Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for. But babe, with me, you close the door on everything we could have been. Don't go thinking we could be friends. No, you can't bring us back from the dead. 'Cause when you know, you know. And when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends, it ends. I really thought
Welcome back, folks, to the Front Range League Network and KNEB. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my marvelous partner in Lucas Macklin, and another one of our marvelous partners is the Dugout. They invite you to come check out the newest recreational option in Scottsbluff, and you can register online at info@thedugoutsb.com. And Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. And Herstead Monument. Herstead Monument Company serving the Valley for over 100 years. Tommy Quintana's on for his 4th inning of work, and he has looked pretty good outside of that 6-run second inning.
I say the 2 other innings he's worked very efficiently, giving up just 1 hit, faced 7 batters. But again, that 6-run 6th inning where 9 batters came to the plate right now stands as the difference in this game.
Michael Fisher hitting from the left side again as that pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike 1.
These 2 batters both walked in that second inning, and that allowed Carter Simmons to hit that grand slam. So you got to imagine he's going to try to be more aggressive to these guys.
Quintana a little bit too aggressive last inning. He gets away with it, though, against Solis. As that pitch lands for strike 2, it's 0-2 early here on Fisher. Solis hit those 2 foul ball home runs and eventually grounded out to the catcher, Matlock. So that pitch is swung on and fouled off for the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, but we're still at 0-2. So that pitch is inside and plunks Fisher. So another free pass here at the bottom of the order by Quintana.
And an 0-2 hit batter. Just, again, we talk about it with the 0-2 home run. An 0-2 hit batter just can't happen as well.
In steps Ray Zamaripa, who's having a talk with Toller real quick. Ray worked that full count walk back in the 2nd. He squares to bunt. Pulls back for ball 1.
Lee was charging all the way in on that left side. We'll see where Zamaripa tries to put this bunt down.
Squares once again. Pulls back for ball 2. Matlock tries to back pick Fisher at first base. He dives back in safely, however. But it's 2-0 here on Zamaripa as he has squared both times. Squares once again very early. The delivery pulls back for strike 1. Gotta imagine Ray might be going back to the ways of old when he was having that injury and was able to reach quite a bit of time, even though everybody knew he could not swing. Looks like he's going to swing away on this one, and he will as he fouls that one back for strike 2. Count will even once again. Quintana checks on Fisher once again over at first. Fisher dives back in safely once again. That pitch misses up and away for ball 3, and the count will run full for the second time on Zamaripa tonight.
And once again in danger of doing the same thing he did in that second inning. And with the hot top of the lineup due up, he is flirting with danger here.
Zamaripa calls time as Tommy Quintana was trying to play a little bit of chicken with him there, a long hold. A big payoff awaits. The delivery from Quintana is swung on and swatted out behind Murillo. Basie moving in. He's under it. Thought about trying to double up Fisher at first base. Decides against it, but it is still out number 1 as we see Simmons for the third time. The last time up, it was a loud at bat to say the very least.
And the big 4-run grand slam, because that's what that is, to really break this one open, as you said. Again, these next two guys both hit home runs off Quintana. Third time that these two will have seen them. We'll see what kind of adjustments each of these guys make at the first at the plate and on the rubber.
Simmons has just seen 2 pitches so far today. Third one takes for strike 1. Popped that first one up. Second one he sent over that left field fence. Low one here. Skips in there. A good block back there by Matlock to keep Fisher at first. Runner on first base. 1 out. 1-1 count. Pioneers lead 6-0 here in the top half of the 4th inning. Tommy Quintana trying to work around a leadoff free pass here. As that one skips in and gets by Matlock. Fisher likely had that base stolen anyways. It's going to be 2-1 now here on Simmons. Runner in scoring position now as the Pioneers look to add. The 2-1 to Simmons. Swung on and lined, but Lee's able to scoop it. What an incredible play. The throw to first is in time. Good golly, Kingston Lee. A diving grab. He had that one just get away from him earlier by Solis, but he made sure to snag that one over at the hot corner.
Yeah, it was a fantastic diving play from Lee. Almost made one earlier, but makes it there. Good throw over to first. Gets Carter Simmons in a big second out for his guy on the mound.
And an incredible stretch over there at first as well, as that one's going to go inside and hit Freckleton. Matlock seemed a little confused there. but that pitch just gets by, and it's going to cause Fisher to get into third base. 2 outs here now in the inning. A 1-0 count here on Freckleton. Took Quintana deep on a 0-2 count his last time up. And he's going to sky that one off to the left side in foul territory. Moving over is Onnested. He is not able to haul it in.
Yeah, he just overran that one and missed it, and gives a second life to a very dangerous batter at the plate in Freckleton.
Freckleton hoping to do damage here once again. Runner on third base, the 1-1. Swung on, grounded, over to Leslie at short. He fields, throws over to McKernan in time for out number 3. So Tommy Quintana works around that leadoff hit by pitch. And he blanks the Pioneers once again, but they still lead 6-0 here as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning here on the Front Range League Network and KNEB. And here's Markheim on for his 4th inning of work. He's got 5 strikeouts already, and he did that a couple times to 2, 3, and 4 of this Outlaws lineup. One of them being the man up to the plate and who's swinging a hot bat in Tegan Maloney.
Yeah, and this is going to be a really big inning for him on the mound. Second time through this lineup, the heart of this lineup. McKernan, who bats third in this inning, did get pretty good contact on that fly out in that first inning. See what they look like here, second time through.
Pitch to Maloney, skips in there for ball 1. Markheim typically out of the bullpen for Tolar, but due to the lack of depth, he is starting tonight. He's in his 4th inning, and he's looked good so far. So that pitch misses low and away for ball 2. He's faced just 1 over the minimum so far through his first 3 innings. The 2-0 lands for strike 1 on Maloney. The 2-1. Swung on and grounded just behind home plate for strike 2.
Just feels like the first couple pitches of every inning, he just seems to miss arm side. It's kind of the story of the game, but then after that, he starts finding the zone. As we've seen, he's been really, really tough to hit.
2-2. Misses away for ball 3, and the count will run full. In golf, you generally only get a breakfast ball on the first hole, but maybe Markheim just needs a couple breakfast balls to start every inning. The payoff. Swung on and missed, and he gets Maloney again, and that is 6 through 3 1/3.
I mean, that is a great 3-2 pitch. It's could be called strike three. It's not over the heart of the plate. Couldn't ask for much more. Maloney just lost it on that pitch that dropped towards his knees.
It's the California kid out of Motown, Modesto, California, Xander Martinez, digging into that right-hander's batter's box, and he lines it right back to where it came from, and he's going to have a one-out single. First hit of the night off of Markheim by these Outlaws.
Yeah, kind of similar to Basie. Looks like he might have gotten that off the end of the bat, but got enough of it just to get it into that outfield. And as you said, first hit for the Outlaws. See if they can try to build on that, cut into that 6-0 lead.
Kernan saw the one pitch he saw well. Took Freckleton back to the wall. And that pitch is lined into the opposite field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And it's back-to-back one-out singles. And again, like you said, initially off first contact, it seems like they get more on that than they do. It seems like they're just getting that slightly off the end.
Yeah, and just a couple of bad luck hits there for Markheim. You just got to keep working. Done great so far, and these are the things you kind of live with. You know, they muscle it out, they find some open grass. It's going to happen. Just got to find some big pitches here.
First pitch to Lee lands for strike one.
The beauty of it is you have a 6-run lead, so if a run or two scores here, it's not going to be the end of the world.
You ideally want to try and keep those Outlaws scoreless. So they are quite the gritty team as that one misses low for ball one. We've seen them come back before. We've seen the Pioneers fall late. You want to try and keep this one as out of reach as possible. The 1-1 to Lee. Misses away for ball two. If you can have Markheim get you some innings, that would be huge. Try and save that bullpen as much as possible. Runners on first and second. The 2-1 is fouled off the hands of Lee for strike two. Looking for that big second out here. Could get an even bigger third one here if he can get a ground ball double play. The 2-2 misses in and low for ball three. Count will go full here on Kingston Lee for the second time today.
Another full count in this inning got Maloney to strike out swinging. He also got Kingston Lee to strike out swinging on a full count pitch his first time out.
Runners on first and second. The payoff. Swung on and missed, and he gets him again, and that is 7. And he's not even through 4 yet. And it brings in Seth Onnested, who also struck out his last time up. Looking to see if they can get some of that outlaw 2-out magic here. The first pitch to him, swung on and missed for strike one. Markheim's pitch is delivered, but does not count as Seth Onnested called time late. Runners on first and second here. 2 outs in the bottom half of the fourth. They trail by 6. Markheim's trying to protect it at all costs. Pitch misses low and in for ball one. Martinez and McKernan in the middle of that order with 2 singles. First 2 hits of the day for the Outlaws. And the 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2 here on Onnested.
Onnested on that one, just trying to do a little bit too much. Pitch above the zone. He wants to try to get something in the outfield, but he's got to wait for his pitch.
The 1-2 misses in for ball 2. Samaripa pumps down to second, but holds the ball. Just trying to keep Martinez honest there on second base. The 2-2 from Markheim. And he's working on a masterpiece. 8 strikeouts through 4 of shutout baseball for Pioneers pitching. And Peyton Markheim is putting on a show so far. 6-0 Pioneers lead the Outlaws as we head to the 5th inning here on KNB and the Front Range League Network.
And when you don't, when it accidents, when it accidents.
Now that the finished runners starting with Isabel starting at first and then a race to third. Are y'all ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it looks like Howard's going the wrong way. Looks like Isabel's our winner. Everybody give her a round.
From the first moment I saw you, I knew I had to make you mine. Wanted to know everything about you. I didn't want to waste no time. What's something I can do for you, darling?
It is Tommy Quintana out there once again, and I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my outstanding partner in Lucas Macklin. One of our outstanding partners is Castle & Cook. Contact Jennifer Urdialis, your local 5-star lender with Castle & Cook Mortgage for a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance. Contact Jennifer today. Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle. Tommy Quintana out there for his 5th inning of work here against the Pioneers, and it's been a pitcher's duel outside of that top half of the 2nd inning for Quintana.
Yeah, he's looked great on the mound overall, but I'd like to see the Pioneers try to add some runs here. You got the right part of the lineup, do up 3, 4, 5. Try to get some more runs, get into that bullpen as quickly as possible, because obviously a 6-run lead is good, but definitely not safe here in the Front Range League.
The Outlaws are prone to those comebacks. Pioneers, unfortunately, have been on the wrong side of a couple heartbreakers. First pitch lands for strike 1 on Roth. One of the younger players in this Front Range League, just recently graduated high school. He's gonna go attend Cal State Bakersfield. That pitch is taken inside for ball 1. 2 California collegiate athletes, Tommy Quintana out of Coalinga and Fresno, California. The 1-1 taken for strike 2. It's a beautiful day here in Gering, Nebraska. Little to no clouds here today. Beautiful blue sky. So we are turning this one into evening and likely a beautiful sunset behind us with the bluff as that one is fouled back and it will remain at 1-2. Cole Roth also out of Fresno, California.
That's what I thought you were saying initially, that they were both out of. I was like, I think he just said that Quintana's from Fresno.
The 1-2 taken high for ball 2. Beautiful baseball day for baseball to come back as well out of that all-star break. Couple teams hoping to flip that switch. Couple of teams hoping to recreate what they did in that first half. As that one is swung on and missed for strike 3, Quintana gets his 2nd strikeout of the night. Brings in the dangerous bat of Jacob Solis. As Major League Baseball gets into the 2nd half, we get into this final stretch here of Front Range League Baseball, and it's a must-win tonight for the Pioneers, and they've been playing like it as they lead 6-0 on that West Coast scoreboard. Tommy Quintana trying to keep those bats at bay for yet another inning after that 2nd. And Solis once again is going to have a swinging bunt. Tommy Fields throws to first, and it's going to get by McKernan. So they're unable to retire Solis on the swinging bunt. It's going to bring in Jordan Fitzpatrick with the runner on first base and 1 out.
Yeah, and Quintana just rushed it a little bit, threw it behind Solis. Made it hard for McKernan to bring it in, just couldn't do it. And these are the mistakes you have to avoid if you're the Outlaws, and if you're the Pioneers, you got to take advantage of them.
And Solis will take off for second, and Fitzpatrick hits that one in the air, but foul. And once again, missed pitch at the top of the zone from Quintana. Fitzpatrick, once again, his eyes just lit up a little bit too much on that one.
Just a little bit out in front. He launched that one, keeps it fair, and it's an 8-0 game.
The 1. That one is well struck out into left field, and Seth Onestad can only look at it as that one is over the wall, and Fitzpatrick has 2 on the summer, and it is 8-0. Pioneers lead the Outlaws, and it's been the long ball today they've been running with.
You are right. 8 runs, 7 of them coming off the long ball, and 2 more for Fitzpatrick. We talked about it. Just missed the last pitch. He didn't miss that one, so he sent that one over the left center field wall.
Quintana, just too many pitches that are just missing at the top of that zone over the heart of the plate. First pitch is well struck again by Markheim. Seth Onestad moving back on it, and that one is gone. It's back-to-back home runs once again for the Pioneers. And if you think the ball is flying today in Gering, you would be correct. 4 home runs for these Pioneers as they now lead 9-0.
And again, all of these 2 of these home runs have come on the first pitch. One of those home runs came on the second pitch. They are seeing him early in these counts. They are being aggressive, and it is working out. And now we will see some action in the bullpen. It's Grady Manuel up and working, as there is a conversation on the mound.
And while AC's talking to Tommy, we're going to talk to you about Floyd's Truck Center, your commercial farm and feed truck center representing Freightliner, Western Star, and Harsh, 322 South Beltline Highway East in Scottsbluff. And Ryan's Welding, selling PJ Texas trailers in a wide variety of sizes, as well as offering a full-service welding shop. If you're the Pioneers, you have to start thinking about possibly trying to get out of here early, as they now lead 9-0 here in the top half of the 5th.
And I know the home run derby in the MLB was a few days ago, but I don't think anyone told the Pioneers they've been launching the ball today.
Another kid that can launch the ball, in Deshaun Harvey, just recently graduated high school. So he takes for strike 1. Has hit the only true lefty pull home run. Tegan Maloney, the only other one that got out to right center. As he's going to launch that ball into right field for a base hit. Basie's going to try and throw him out at first. He is unsuccessful. We saw him try do that to his good friend in Carter Simmons the other day.
Harvey, thankfully for him, is fast enough to get down the line. He wasn't running full speed initially. We saw Basie was going to first. He started turning on the heaters, was able to just beat it out.
That ball was well struck, and it's been 3 straight well-struck balls from the Pioneers. And Michael Fisher, who's also got power in that bat, hitting from the left side here against Quintana, as he fouls that one back for strike 1. Still just 1 out here in the inning. Harvey on at first. Fisher takes high for ball 1. Count will even. The 1-1 to Fisher. Harvey takes off for second. The throw from Matlock is in time to nail the speedy Harvey for out number 2. The pitch was high for ball 2, however. But the Outlaws find themselves in quite a hole here in the 5th inning. So they trail 9-0 on that Wesco scoreboard. Bases now empty for Michael Fisher with 2 outs. The 2-1 misses away for ball 3. The 3-1 from Quintana, and he's going to have another 2-out walk here at the bottom of this order.
Again, Quintana's only surrendered 4 free passes in the game. 3 of them have been to Michael Fisher.
It's going to bring in the catcher, Ray Zamaripa. The last thing you want to do if you're Quintana is flip that batting over order. You're the Outlaws, you just got to try and get something going on the offensive side and try and get out of this inning without any more damage. First pitch misses away to Zamaripa for ball 1. We've seen some games where the ball flies today. Haven't seen that many this lopsided as Fisher's going to dive back into first safely as Matlock tries to backpick him. Looks like it's Manuel and Martinez down there. The 2-0. This is away for ball 3.
And he's just been inaccurate to this bottom of the lineup. He's got to find a way to throw a strike here.
Zamaripa squares, likely to just try and get that ball. Instead, the pitch lands for strike 1. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of hitters doing that. I like you to try and get most productive takes possible, trying to get on time with the pitcher. I've seen that prove unsuccessful at times, especially if you start to make this count a little bit more interesting if you're Quintana. The 3-1, however, misses away, and that's another walk here at the bottom of the lineup. Second time he's done this today.
Yeah, and all the free passes have come at this bottom lineup. 5 of them in the game, 4 walks, and a hit batter. And they've all been to Michael Fisher and Ray Zamaripa.
Out comes Coach McCoy. And that is the end of the line here for Tommy Quintana. So they're going to go to Grady Manuel out of Floresville, Texas. Quintana's going to go 4 2/3, giving up 9 runs. And while Manuel is warming up, we're going to talk to you about one of our incredible partners in Viero Wireless. Viero Wireless, hometown roots, global reach. Viero Wireless, Scottsbluff. Independent Plumbing and Heating has been servicing the western Nebraska Panhandle since 1933. Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. Brady Manuel, typically a position player for these Outlaws, but we've seen him on the mound this summer. On the mound, he's appeared 3 times, throwing 6 innings, giving up 5 earned runs. He's not in an easy position here, though, with the top of the order. And Simmons up, who stung a ball last time. Kingston Lee was able to snare it. Stung a ball for sure in his second at-bat, in which he hit a grand slam.
And Manuel's 2 relief appearances, he went an inning in each of those and didn't allow an earned run in either of those as well.
We're likely going to see some innings out of Manuel today, as the Outlaws are hoping to keep this one as close as they can at this point. Moody will pinch run for Zamaripa at first base. So it's Moody at first, Fisher at second. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Back out of the order for the Pioneer second baseman, number 12, Carter Simmons.
Carter Simmons hoping to continue his 4 RBI day out of Indianapolis, Indiana. First pitch from Manuel of the day lands on the inner half for strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on a miss for strike 2. And whatever Manuel is doing is working, as Simmons is at 2 strikes for the first time today.
Yeah, and it feels like you have to get this out here. If the Pioneers add on any more runs, it's going to be it's already going to be tough to make a comeback.
The 0-2 is fouled out of play to the right side. Manuel attends St. Olaf College up in the great state of Minnesota. Although, unfortunately, they've been hit by some wildfires recently, as that one is blooped out behind Murillo. He dives and he makes the grab for out number 3. Gotta imagine he's likely picking up his sunglasses, not the baseball. As we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, but not before the Pioneers strike again with 3 on back-to-back home runs by Fitzpatrick and Markheim here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
that would make you smile. I'll bring you flowers, girl. Enough to see for miles. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. I love your style, and I love your grace. Said I love to put a smile on your pretty little face. I love it when you're close to me. That's where I want you to always be. I didn't know when I found.
Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my supercalifragilisticexpialidocious partner in Lucas Macklin. Not sure if that's actually a real word or not. I don't believe it is, just in a movie, but we are here in a bit of a blowout so far, as Markheim is working on quite a gem for himself here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Pioneers lead the Outlaws 9-0.
Yeah, but you can't take your foot off the gas pedal. Again, this team has scored a lot of runs in a hurry. There were some defensive changes. Michael Fisher moves over to first, Freckleton into third, and Dante Wade enters the play in left. It looks like it is Deshaun Harvey warming up in the bullpen. Looks like he will pitch in this one.
It's going to be Murillo, Matlock, and Leslie, 7, 8, and 9 of this Outlaw order. And if you're at the bottom of the order, you got to try and find a way to put together some good at-bats and set up that top of the order, as that first pitch misses low for ball 1. And for the Outlaws, you had an opportunity last inning. Back-to-back singles. Instead, the scoreboard turns against you once again as Murillo fouls that one out of play and the count will even. You talk about momentum. You had a chance to get momentum. your last inning offensively. You're unable to do it. And instead, the momentum swings even harder in the way of the Pioneers as that 1-1 skips in there for ball 2.
I mean, the big thing here is that Markheim's limited the free passes, giving up just that one hit batter. But he's got to stay accurate here. He's got to force him to put the ball in play. Walks are how you let these teams back into these types of games.
That pitch lands for strike 2. It's now 2-2 here on Murillo.
Dangerous spot. Markheim has had his strikeout stuff working. He struck out the side a couple of times tonight.
And that pitch on the outer half lands for strike 3, and that is 9 on the evening.
A little bit of a wide zone for the home plate umpire tonight. It's gone both ways, and Markheim has been utilizing every portion of it.
Like we talk about, when you find that spot in the zone that it's really tough for hitters to hit, especially if it's maybe a touch outside of what a typical strike zone might look like, you're definitely going to want to live there as that first pitch is fouled back by Matlock. The 0-1 to Matlock. Misses low and in for ball 1. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Outlaws trail by 9. 1 out. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled back, and once again, Markheim is in punch out position here ahead 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the change here is that the Outlaws are striking out a ton. We've seen it with the Pioneers at times this year. It is not a recipe for success.
And masterpiece has been made. 10 strikeouts by Markheim. Just the second player here in the Front Range League to do so. It's him and Brock Berry this summer.
And he's still looking great on the mound. This is a huge blessing for the Pioneers in this one.
First pitch to Leslie is well struck out into left field. Moving in on his weight. He will not get there. Leslie will stay at first. So it's going to be a 2-out single that's going to flip this lineup for Zach McCoy.
And again, it's another one of these that just kind of missed the barrel a little bit. Kind of died in front of Wade out in left. Just couldn't quite get to it. And I'll see if the Outlaws can try to pull off one of these 2-out rallies.
Next up in the order for the Outlaws, that means our right fielder, today's hometown hero, number 10, Raymond Basie.
First pitch misses for ball 1.
We'll have $4 beer, $2 soda, and water for the next 10 minutes.
Second pitch to Basie lands, misses for ball 2. So that pitch misses low for ball 3. Runner on first, 2 outs, the 3-0 to Basie. Taken high for ball 4, and it's back-to-back base runners here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So they are trying to mount something to chip away at this Pioneer lead.
And it brings in a very dangerous bat in Tegan Maloney. But he has had his number so far tonight, 2 strikeouts. Again, we'll see what kind of adjustments Maloney has made.
2 speedsters out there. Wouldn't be surprised to see a double steal here, trying to take away a force out and set up chance to score 2 as that first pitch lands for strike 1. That second pitch is painted for strike 2. And Markheim can smell 11.
Like I said, he's had his number. We'll see what Maloney's got here. He's got a battle back from 0-2.
That pitch misses low and away for both 1.
Not a bad spot there. And again, we've seen the umpire give that outside part of the plate a couple of times. So I like that spot.
That pitch misses away for ball 2. Count will even. Tegan Maloney trying to do some damage here with 2 outs. Outlaws have had 2-out magic all year. Markheim's trying to say no to that. The 2-2 misses away for ball 3, and the count will run full.
They did another full count for Markheim. He's had plenty of those today, but most of the time it's going his direction.
That pitch misses low for ball 4, and it's 3 straight base runners with 2 outs. And you gotta wonder if fatigue is starting to set in here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Xander Martinez is up. He was the first hit of the evening for the Outlaws back in his last at-bat last inning.
We'll see what he has for him here. It's a big spot for the Outlaws. Feels like you got to take advantage of these walks here.
Do the Outlaws have another? Looks like Basie picked up those signs pretty quickly. As Ray will head out there and try and navigate that. Basie wasn't very subtle about that one. The Outlaws have struggled with the strikeout tonight, to say the very least. 10 of them from Markheim. Trying to do more 2-out magic here in the Front Range League. First pitch to Martinez misses up for ball 1. They got nowhere to put him, though.
You got to find strikes here. Had Maloney at 0-2 and then missed 4 straight. Now misses the first one here to Martinez.
Second pitch to Martinez lands for strike 1.
Basie still seems to have those signs. He's trying to wave to Martinez. It looks like Martinez is trying to tell him to stop.
Could be a Josh Naylor-esque antics out there by Basie. That pitch is fouled out of play to the right side for strike 2. Some hitters don't really like to know it's coming because if that base runner on second base is incorrect in their call, it can mess you up more than it can really help you. The 0-2. Skied into right field. Simmons is under it for out number 3. Bit of a basket catch out there by the second baseman for the Pioneers. They still lead 9-0 as we head to the 6th inning here on KNB and the Front Range League Network. We are back here on KNB in the Front Range League Network. Grady Manuel is on for his first full inning of work. Manuel a little bit annoyed at the extended matrimony game.
Yeah, I think he was ready to go. He just wants to kind of get it going. Now he's got to be patient. And for the Pioneers, 2, 3, 4, chance to do some damage here. You'll have to add on to that lead, potentially even get to that 10-run mark. So you could potentially just play 2 more innings.
As a pitcher having to pitch through the matrimony game, I can speak from experience. It can be a little bit unsettling. First pitch to Freckleton. Lands that loopy curveball for strike 1. See what Manuel can do here. Second pitch to Freckleton misses.
He's been working a lot inside of these right-handed hitters so far. Obviously just a second batter.
The 1-1 is skied. Out in foul territory. On the right side, Matlock's under it for out number 1. Again, that is not as easy as Matlock just made it look. You got to get up, take out the mask, find the baseball, read the baseball, because it does have an extreme amount of backspin, especially when you hit it behind home plate like that. But he's able to get under it for out number 1. Brings up the young catcher in Cole Roth, playing DH tonight.
The only Pioneer who has not reached yet.
And he might be reaching on this one, as this one is skied out into left field. Onnested is looking back, and that is home run number 5. The kid gets his first here in the Front Range League, as Cole Roth makes this a 10-run lead for the Pioneers.
And another pitch that just got too much of the plate, and he turned on it. Felt like he'd been close so far in this game. Just had been just missing some of these. That one he gets into, gets his first hit of the game, first home run of his career, and the Pioneers do take that 10-0 lead.
Bit of an announcer's jinx that Coach McCoy might get a little upset at you on the rewatch tonight. First pitch to Solis, bounces in there for ball 1. They've kept Solis's bat relatively quiet tonight, and he's going to sky one foul over the fence once again.
Now the announcer jinx goes to you, huh?
He hit that one foul. He didn't miss much of that baseball, though.
If we count foul balls, he's hit 3 home runs tonight.
He is itching to get 7 here. So that pitch lands for strike 2.
You could tell after he hit that one, just a little bit frustrated, just like, come on, let me hit one of these fair.
The 1-2 bounces in there. Don't hate that 1-2 pitch to the dangerous bat. His count will even. Grady Manuel trying to work around this middle of the order. The 2-2. Swan fouled back. We'll do it once again. As a hitter, those can definitely get in your head. I never had the power to hit a foul ball home run, but when you smoke one on a line into foul territory, definitely plays in the back of your head. The 2-2. Swung on, smoked down that left field line and fair. That has extra bases written all over it. Solis is going to round first, head into second base. The throw will not be in time. He's in there standing. So back-to-back extra base hits off of Manuel from the middle of this order as they're looking to add to that 10-run lead.
Why not? You'd love to. You can never have too many runs in the Front Range League. Obviously, He's missed 3 home runs, but settled for a couple of doubles in this game.
Jordan Fitzpatrick did not miss a home run his last time up. He's looking to add to that RBI total on the night as he grounds that one over to Kingston Lee at third. He's going to look Solis back again. Solis will take off once again. The throw over to third base will get by Leslie. Solis is going to come home, and there will not be a throw. So they get the ground out once again for the second out of the inning, but Solis is able to come around and score on the throwing error by McKernan.
Yeah, now the third error by this Outlaws defense, and another game where it's just a little bit of sloppy play that we hadn't seen from him in the last couple of games.
They're waiting for the sloppy play to bite them, and it's bit them tonight. That pitch misses away with the off speed for ball one. We've seen them do this. A couple defensive miscues, some mistakes on the base pass. They hadn't necessarily had the traffic on the base pass to do so. But not the best at-bats of either. With 10 strikeouts by Markheim, as that one is taken for strike one. But the defensive miscues and the free passes have bit them tonight for sure. The 1-1 from Manuel, taken high for ball two.
I mean, it really had. I mean, you look back at that second inning, it extended mostly because of an E6 that allowed Markheim to reach, and eventually it came around to the point where Simmons was up and hit the ball deep, and another run scores there because of an error.
So that pitch is skied by Markheim in the infield. The infielder, typically Grady Manuel, is under that one to retire the side, but not before two more score for the Pioneers. They lead 11-0 over the Outlaws here as we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning here on KNEB and the Front Range League Network.
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night. Under street lamp, bent face flamed by the light. I'm going away. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day. Must be somewhere. Welcome me into the fold. Blooming flowers, as much as I can hold.
I'm Bob Parsons, and I'm joined by my magical partner in Lucas Macklin. And magical is one word you could use to describe tonight's appearance and start by Peyton Markheim. 10 strikeouts, no runs through 5 innings.
Yeah, just 3 hits, couple of walks, and hit a batter. He looked excellent. You could kind of see the fatigue kind of settling in that last inning, but still didn't let anyone score. Got the pop out to end the frame. And now he sets up this team to not only get the win, potentially get the win in 7 with how well he's pitched.
And it's going to be Deshaun Harvey on in a atypical close situation. But if you're Harvey, you definitely want to try and get out of here in 7 and hold the Outlaws to just 1 if possible.
Yeah, last time Harvey came in, he entered in the final inning in Brush. Came in with a 3-run lead, but came in with the bases loaded. Got a couple of outs, but could not finish off the game. Eventually, it was Nick Griffin who hit the grand slam to win the ball game in Brush. Hoping for some better results here in this one.
He is going to be facing McKernan, Lee, and Onnested. 4, 5, and 6 for these Outlaws, where 4 of those 10 strikeouts came from for Markheim. McKernan is 1 for 2, however. First pitch to him is taken for strike 1.
Seen early in his appearances, he's been a little bit wild, missing a lot arm side, but he's kind of gotten more settled in quicker than he has since when he started.
The lefty Harvey delivers the second pitch to McKernan that misses away, arm side. The 1-1 here in the bottom of the sixth inning is skied. Simmons has a read on it over at second base. He's under it for out number 1.
It's good to see him get that first out. Like I said, he often is a little bit more wild at the beginning of his appearances, but gets the first out there. And that's the perfect way to start here. Just need 5 more outs.
Brings up the Big Island native of Kingston Lee that's trying to turn around his night. So for 2 so far with 2 strikeouts.
And this has been the big story. 5, 6, 7. All of them have struck out each time they've come up to the plate, and a couple times coming up with runners on.
First pitch misses arm side for ball 1.
Back in that 4th inning, runners at first and second, just 1 out, and then back-to-back strikeouts of Kingston Lee and Seth Onestad.
The 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Count will even. The 1-1 delivery. Down the heart of the plate for strike 2.
And in a perfect world, you get 6 straight outs. You don't have to face Braden Basie in this game.
The 1-2 is fouled out of play to the right side, and we'll do it once again. Nice crowd in here today for our Fill the Park tonight. Bunch of folks in here for the wedding tomorrow afternoon. The 1-2 from Harvey is skied. Once again onto that right side. In shallow right field, Fitzpatrick is under it for out number 2. It's going to bring in Onestad with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Next up, young user number 1, Seth Onestad.
First pitch to Onestad misses for ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Pioneers lead the Outlaws 11-0 on that West Coast scoreboard. Harvey takes a deep breath, delivers the 1-0, misses away for ball 2. Lands for strike 1. Samaripa messing with that throwing shoulder, it seems. The 2-1. Swung on and missed on that pitch outside from Harvey. It's 2-2 now on Onestad. Harvey trying to retire these Outlaws in order here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-2. Just lost that one a little bit arm side, and the count will run full. The payoff from Harvey. Swung on and fouled back, and we'll do it once again.
And you'd like to find a big pitch here. You really don't want them to try to create another 2-out rally like they had in that last inning. They got 2 quick outs and then loaded the bases up.
Harvey sets. Delivers the payoff. And lands for strike 3. And Seth Onestad goes down once again. And we will head to the top of the 7th inning here on the Front Range League Network and KNEB. Welcome back in, folks, to KNEB in the Front Range League Network. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my remarkable broadcasting partner in Lucas Macklin. And we'd like to thank one of our remarkable partners in Clean Harbors. For more than a quarter century, Clean Harbors has been providing environmental industrial waste management services to the Kimball and surrounding communities. They are the industry-leading provider of treatment, incineration, destruction, and disposal of hazardous waste in North America. They're so proud to bring sustainable jobs and waste management services to the area and pride themselves on being an integral part of the surrounding communities. Clean Harbors, people and technology creating a better environment. It's going to be Dante Wade in his first plate appearance of the night.
Yeah, talking about that game where the Pioneers only had 4 base runners yesterday, Wade went 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Impressed in his first game. He entered for Harvey, who's now pitching. See what he can do here.
First pitch lands for strike 1 here on Wade. Second pitch lands on that outer half for strike 2. We have seen that called both ways. We just saw it called on Onestad. The 0-2 misses blown away for ball 1. The 1-2 misses away. Count will even. The 2-2 lands in there. Low for ball 3, and the count will run full.
Adam an 0-2, missed 3 straight pitches. Can't start off this inning with a walk if you're Manuel.
The wind, the payoff, taken for strike 3. And that is how the top half of the 7th inning starts here. It's going to bring in the switch hitting Michael Fisher, who's going to hit from the right side here against Manuel. First pitch to Fisher is lined over and gets by Leslie. Would have been a tough play if he could have fielded that. Just sneaks under that glove in that 6-hole. Michael Fisher is not having himself a bad night by any means, reaching all 4 times.
3 free passes, gets his first hit of the day on a squeaker just under the glove of Leslie.
Manuel's going to check on him over at first base, dives back in safely. Zamaripa trying to do what this bottom of the order has done so well tonight, which is get on base. He's done that 2 of his 3 at-bats. He takes for strike 1. The one to Zamaripa is blooped out into right field. That will get down for a base hit. Fisher will stay at second base, but it's going to be 2 1-out singles from these Pioneers to flip that lineup card over for Eric Toller.
Yeah, what a day from the bottom of this lineup. They've reached 7 of their 8 times at the plate. It's been an incredible day, and it's really set the table for this top of the lineup.
They were able to set the table back in that second inning, where Carter Simmons unloaded a grand slam to really break this one open, and the Pioneers haven't looked back since. Carter's on first and second, 1 out. The first delivery to Simmons misses up and away for ball 1. And the first 6 hitters in this lineup have had an extra base hit tonight. That ball is skied out into left field. Onnested is under it for out number 2. No tag from Fisher. Looks like he just got a little bit of that one on the end.
Yeah, just missed that one, and now Manuel just an out away from getting out of the inning, not allowing any more runs.
He's going to have to face Rivers Freckleton first, however, who's 1 for 4 with that solo home run back in the second. So that pitch skips in there for ball 1. The 1-0. Taken high for ball 2. Grady Manuel trying to keep this one close here in the 7th. Give his opportunity a chance to have them keep playing. That one is lined into center field. Moving over on it is Maloney. He's able to make the grab for out number 3. We will head to the bottom half of the 7th. The Outlaws will need 2 if they want to keep playing here on the Front Range League Network and KNEB.
And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day for me. A brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Brand new day for me. Brand new day for love. Yeah.
Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network in KNEB. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by my spectacular, stupendous, super awesome partner, Lucas Macklin. And the Outlaws are going to need 2 runs here if they want to keep playing against Deshaun Harvey. And it's going to be 7, 8, and 9. Isaiah Murillo trying to turn around his night. He's over 2 with 2 strikeouts. Trying to not join his teammate Seth Onnested in the hat trick club for tonight. First pitch misses way up and away for ball 1. And that one is spiked behind Murillo for ball 2. Harvey's going to have to battle back here. The 2-0 to Murillo. Taken low for ball 3. About the last thing you want if you want to try and end this one where we're at is a leadoff walk. The lefty delivers the 3-0. Lands for strike 1. Isaiah Murillo trying to mount a comeback here for the Outlaws, and he's able to do it there. He's going to hustle down the first base as that one is skipped in and gets by Zamaripa.
You just got to kind of settle down if you're Harvey on the mound. Reset yourself, get some outs here. Make sure you're throwing strikes because your defense has played really well behind you.
It's going to be Grayson Matlock hitting from the right side against the lefty Harvey. First pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 from Harvey. Swung on and lined out of play to the right side. Count is now 0-2 here on Matlock. If the Outlaws are able to avoid a double play, the top of the order will hit this inning. As that one's going to get by Zamaripa. A wild pitch by Harvey. It's now 1-2 here on Matlock as Murillo will move into second base. Harvey sets. Delivers the 1-2. Misses up for ball 2. Count will even. And with Murillo moving into second, makes it very likely we will see the bat of Basie here in the 7th. That one misses up and away again, and he's going to fall to 3-2 after he was up 0-2 here on Matlock.
Yeah, and these 3 pitches just haven't really even been close, haven't forced a swing from Matlock.
Zamaripa out there to have a chat with Harvey. We've seen Harvey struggle with location at times. He's able to retire the Outlaws in order in the 6th. The payoff from Harvey is swung on and swatted out into left field. Wade moving in on it. He's under it for out number 1. That's going to bring in the 9-hitter, Gideon Leslie.
It's another one of those that off the bat looked like it was going to go further and then just died out there.
In theory, the run of Murillo should not matter. They're going to need 2 if they want to keep playing.
Next up for the Outlaw shortstop number 8, Gideon Leslie.
Harvey will take a lap around the mound here before he's going to face the 9-hitter with 1 out and a runner on second. So that check swing goes foul and out of play to the right side for strike 1. Pioneers trying to get home early to enjoy this Friday night here in Gering, Nebraska. Here under those Friday night lights now. The one. Swung on, grounded over to the left side, fielded by Freckleton. The throw to first is in time. The throw over to third, they will get Murillo, and that's going to do it, folks. The Pioneers run rule the Outlaws, 11-0 in pure domination. And that is how this one ends, is a double play as they avoid the bat of Basie here in the 7th, and that leads to the Outlaws' demise here on this Friday evening. As the Pioneers take down the Outlaws 11-0 here in 7. We're going to be back on the other side here on the Runza postgame show, breaking down everything in this one with a postgame interview from the Pioneers here on KNB and the Front Range League Network.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire. Never the same. Never you calling my name, I'm taking my sweet time. Hey, whatever the plan, I know I'm holding the best of me out of my hand. I know you always understand. Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right. Catching a breeze, love moving through me like a wildfire, like a wildfire.
Welcome into the Runza postgame show. I'm Lucas Macklin here with the player of the game in this 11-0 victory, Peyton Markheim. Peyton, 10 punch-outs. What was working for you out there?
I mean, really just spamming the slider out there a lot tonight. I mean, they were just swinging right over it tonight. It was working perfect.
You got those 10 punch outs. You also only gave up 3 hits. It felt like they were just missing the barrels when they were making contact, a lot of weak contact. Even some of the hits were kind of bloop hits. I mean, overall in the game, I mean, what was your mentality out there?
I mean, I just went out there and had fun. I mean, I was really focused on hitting the zone because the zone was a little expanded today, so I was kind of just trying to abuse that.
Yeah, a little bit on that outside part of the plate. You definitely took advantage of that. And then on the offensive side, 5 home runs, including 2 back-to-back, including one from your brother. How about that?
I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it's his first one since he actually gave up baseball.
And then that was also the first home run for the 17-year-old Cole Roth getting to one finally. It felt like he'd been hitting the ball hard, just hadn't really been getting the benefit of that. And like I said, your offense just putting it on behind you, and then that grand slam from Carter Simmons to really break it open.
Yeah, that was a really good hit. I feel like as soon as that ball came off the bat, we all knew it was gone.
And then, I mean, Jacob Solis hit more foul ball home runs than they had hits anyways. I mean,
Yeah.
did he say anything about that, about those?
No, he was kind of mad when he walked in the dugout. I looked at him and I was like, "How do you hit 2 home runs and 1 at bat and then ground out after that?"
It was a lot of fun. And then bottom of the lineup, Michael Fisher and Ray Zamaripa reached 7 of 8 times. How big is that for the team?
That's like really big for the team. I mean, as soon as I was always told if one person walks, they're like it's like a 90% chance that they score. So I thought that was really big for us.
Yeah, and you limited the walks just 2 on the day, and both of them came in that last inning of work. Were you a little bit fatigued out there by the end of it?
Yeah, I was getting a little tired.
I mean, you got the big pop out to end that frame to keep them scoreless. Pioneers win 11-0. Final question for you, Peyton. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, game 7. You've earned the second and third. You need to run. Who do you want at the plate?
I'm gonna go with Jacob.
He answered the same way, which honestly, the way he's been hitting, I get that. I'll switch it around for you a little bit. What about pitcher? What pitcher do you want on the mound there?
I'm either gonna go with Moody or Caden Ferguson.
That is a great answer. Those guys have been really good as of late. Pioneers win 11-0. They will be back in action tomorrow. Thank you so much, Peyton, for joining me. We'll be back after this to talk about the rest of the game here on the Runs a Post Game Show. Thanks, man. Have a good game tonight.
Thank you.
This time might be different. I mean, it feels like it's closing in at a distance. Straight love can play. It's a form of resistance. Take a cue from those who know. They've been here before to guide you through, to find the truth. Outside corner store, greeted by some folks I've never seen before. This time I smile different. Maybe I'll take a page from the sun and its lovely yellow rays, and finally be the one shining. And when it feels like it's closing in at a distance, strength and love to play as a form of resistance. Take a cue from those who know they've been here before to guide you through, to find the truth.
Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network. I'm Bob Parsons, joined by Lucas Macklin. And it was all Pioneers tonight, to say the very least. They win 11-0 over the Outlaws in 7 innings of work.
Yeah, and it started from the top. Just talked to the player of the game, Peyton Markheim, went 5 scoreless innings, struck out 10. The only other person to do that in the league, as you said, was Brock Berry, and he just had everything working. He talked about it utilizing that outside part of the plate that the umpire was giving, and that's exactly what you want to do as a player on either side, is recognize the zone and adjust to it, and he did exactly that, and it worked out for him.
Yeah, and on the other side for the Outlaws, On the pitching side of things, Tommy Quintana, not his best stuff tonight, just living a little bit too much in that zone, especially over the heart of the plate. And those Pioneers hitters, with that wind blowing out, they were not missing it.
Yes, 5 home runs. They really utilized that. They had 2 back-to-back home runs from Simmons and Freckleton in the second, and then Fitzpatrick and Paxton Markheim in the fifth. And again, overall, the game just, they utilized that. That was kind of like you said, it was just basically the long ball that helped them. And for the Outlaws, they had a couple of those that looked like they could get into a gap or go deep, but they just missed it. And that was the thing about Markheim, is he was just missing those barrels. When he wasn't striking them out, he was getting weak contact for the most part. Only allowed 3 hits. And honestly, when you look at those hits, a couple of bloop hits, all things being considered off the end of the bat, a couple of walks late in that start, but overall was just excellent and really helped get the win.
And all the credit to Markheim, but on the other side of things, if you're the Outlaws, failure to make adjustments.
Well, that's what basically what I was saying is, like, Markheim made the adjustment, Outlaws did, and that was the difference. And then something else talked about, bottom of the lineup for the Pioneers, reaching 7 of 8 times, a hit for each of Fisher and Zamaripa. Fisher reached 3 times via the free pass. Zamaripa had a couple of walks himself. And for the most part in this game, there weren't a lot of walks, except at this bottom of the lineup, where there was 5 between those 2 batters, and that really set up the top of the lineup. We saw it in the second inning. A couple back-to-back walks, and then the Carter Simmons grand slam.
Couple illy timed walks, couple of illy timed mistakes to these Pioneers today. And that Pioneers offense was ready to unload after a little bit of a throbbing of the Pioneers the other night, where they lost 15-0, but they returned the favor tonight. They win 11-0 on utter domination on both sides of the ball. We'll talk about what's next for both of these teams on the other side of this break here on the Runza Post Game Show here on KNB and the Front Range League Network.
Hate it when my doubts and my fears swell up like the ocean. It feels like I could drown in my tears. Everything's overflowing. Scared that I won't get it right, get it right. My nerves are working overtime, overtime. Tell myself to calm down and breathe. Step out of the shadows into the fire. Don't be afraid to put out on a wire. Living the night.
Welcome back in, folks, to the Front Range League Network and KNEB in the Runza postgame show. Runza doesn't just like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza, with locations in Scottsbluff, Gering, Chadron, and Alliance. And looking forward for both of these teams, we're going to see all 3 in town tomorrow with a wedding.
That's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be Pioneers versus the Wranglers to start. We'll have the wedding, so come out to Oregon Trail Park if you want to see that. And then after that, it's going to be Wranglers against the Outlaws, and that's going to be a lot of big games for this playoff push, determining if we're going to have a late one here.
And if you're the Pioneers, tonight was a must-win game, and they definitely played like that. You're going to need to take that game tomorrow from the Wranglers, as the Outlaws extended their lead over the Wranglers last night as they beat them. And then going into Monday, you're going to see the Outlaws and Wranglers take on each other once again. They are jockeying currently for home field advantage in that playoff series. If you're the Pioneers, you're hoping the Outlaws can go in there, take care of business like they did last night. And then a couple of exhibition games later in the week.
It's gonna be again a lot of fun. Wranglers and Pioneers, or Wranglers and the Outlaws, play again on Monday, and then Pioneers will be in Alliance to play a couple of 7-inning games. At least that is the plan for now. And then we have the Colorado Tribe coming in next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. They'll play each of these teams. It's the Outlaws on Tuesday, Pioneers on Wednesday.
That should be fun ones for sure. Getting some new blood here in Gering. And until tomorrow, with Lucas will be on the call once again. I will be with Danny DeBach for game 2. We hope you all have a lovely Friday evening and be safe and have a great time.
You just gotta be fearless. 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 Once I get in and I put it in try, ain't no more stopping me, don't even try. Controlling the chaos, controlling the vibe. Yeah. Miss all the shots if you don't take. You'll never be heard if you don't say. Just gotta get out your own way. You can't learn to fly on your own if you don't let go. Step out of the shadows into the